Yeah. I'm just gonna. If I send them to keep searching, do I think they'll find anything?
Well, given that you pulled up a lot of information easily early on, then very little information with a much more thorough search, you feel that like they've tailed off what they can find.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put them to bed.
Yeah, but it's only like 3 p.m. So
Yeah, but my agents can go to sleep anytime. But I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna DNI the guys, the team. I'm gonna say, hey guys, my agents just pull up this stuff, fire them the images, and I'll just let them sort of, look at them and kind of. I've got all the metadata underneath the images, in a nice, easy to understand format for people who can't read metadata.
Alright, yeah. You'll get a near immediate response from chat. The fuck is this? How old is this guy?
Black Cat was also up in the middle of the night. Like, really?
well, it's only 3 p.m. is the point. It's 3 p.m. on the first day.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
3 p.m. on the first day?
I did
thought it
this
was 3
very
a.m.
fast.
Well, then I was asleep.
Yeah. Jarash is a little confused. What is this? Okay, he's definitely magic. That's definitely weapon foci. That's definitely him slashing a spirit or something. What the fuck? I mean, what the frag?
Sorry, I had to step away. What did I miss?
Everything. You missed everything. The whole run's over now.
Gotcha.
God damn it.
Your character died. We're very sorry.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right, so what are you guys going to do now?
Okay, so what we found was my things came back and we found some pictures which are written on the map in the water. Of pictures of Master Kai, of him doing ridiculous bullshit Wuxia hero shit all over the world apparently, and like there's no information on the Matrix, and he's this complete fucking badass mystic adept motherfucker. So that's what we've just found out. I think, any plan that involves us fighting him is an immediate no-go, guys. I don't think we just don't do it.
Yeah, no, thank you. He's gonna kill us.
Yeah, I think we do not fight this man, even if it means we fail this job.
I agree.
Well, I guess bullying him is definitely out the question. How the hell we get him out?
Well,
try talking to him.
There is another option.
Ellie has proved him to be inaccessible.
I wouldn't say so much entirely inaccessible at the moment. We don't really know exactly how to get a hold of him, but I'm sure there's a way.
Got tased.
Well, I think we're not going to be like going up and be like, oh, we want to join your classes. We're going up and saying, hi, we have some business to discuss with you.
Well, I guess if we go like that, he probably could still say no. They're pretty shady over there, apparently, but let's give it a try. What's the worst that can happen?
Well, what business do we have? I'm just going to ask.
Well, we have to talk him out. Do you have another option?
How? We must have something to offer on the table if we're going to go to the table.
We can ask nicely, right? That's an option, not an option. Okay, let's try again.
I mean,
well, let's just say
have you seen the acid rain today? Maybe you should go out and look at the acid rain. Obviously, you have not been staring enough at the misery of human people.
Yeah, I think the fact that the certain people want him out of there enough to hire fucking Shadowrunners to come and get him out of the place is probably, I don't know, that's a reason to move your dojo.
We're being paid $35,000 to get rid of this guy.
I mean,
that's not enough money to get him out. Like, they could have offered him that money if it would have bought him away.
I do have an idea, if you're willing to listen to it.
All right. Does it involve us getting tased?
No, it doesn't.
Hey, Ellie, go on, tell us, please. We have no ideas.
It involves me, well, I could go to mall security and tell them that he assaulted me. Have them at least investigate him, perhaps.
Didn't you throw the first punch?
No, I'm not talking about that.
He's lying is what Ellie is referring to. The fine art of the
Oh.
lie.
Oh, well, if you could lie that well, I guess I won't stop you.
What? Let's not go and involve anything that requires DNA evidence that we don't have.
Oh, God. I didn't think she meant that.
Black Cat's going to assume that's what she meant.
It is exactly what she meant.
Well, I mean, we can also threaten him in various ways that don't involve physically threatening him. Like, for example, there's a bunch of kids who attend his dojo, isn't there? Kids who don't live at the dojo. They go home. They're not at the dojo all the time. There's people who work for him. There's his place of business is largely made of wood. There's lots of things we could threaten him with.
It's not largely made of wood. It has.
Oh, the inside
plastic-
interior is.
I would like
It's
to
got
return
plastic
to the
pretending to be bamboo because actual bamboo is expensive.
Okay.
I would like to also remind you that even if we fail the Johnson and tell him we could not move this man, it would be better than making a disruption in his mall, which would ruin business.
No, we won't do it
Yeah,
at the
we're
mall.
very
We'll
clear
do it
on
at the. We won't make any moves at the mall. The mall is not going to be messed with. It's other places that we'll mess with.
Well, you mentioned burnables, and
Oh yeah, we keep any damage perfectly inside the dojo, of course. But anyway, the point is, there's things we can do to him, including legal complaints. We can cause problems with the management of the mall. We can put in fake forms in his name. We can do all kinds of things to him. But we don't want to because he'll come and kill us.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm comfortable with,
Dying?
kidnapping kids is what this is turning to. I'm not,
Well, no, we're not
also
actually
I'm
going
not
to do.
targeting the kids.
Note how I said all this in the context of a threat, not an action that we are actually taking.
I'm entirely fine with kidnapping children as long as we don't harm them.
No, we're not going to do anything to any children for $35,000. 35,000 million. We're just not doing it. I'm sorry. The pay is not high enough.
what if he calls our bluff?
Well, then we've had a bluff called. No real harm done.
Okay, well, who's good at bluffing? Not me.
Lola says that she's a face as well. I'm assuming her and I have at least somewhat decently, how do I put this, similar skills.
Well, before we do that, I think I should, given that the Matrix has little to offer on this guy, I should probably have a look inside his host. There's probably nothing there, but it doesn't hurt to check.
Are you going alone or?
No, into his host, his server.
Yeah, chat's asking if she's going alone.
Well, unless someone else here is a hacker, a decker, then yeah, I'll have to go alone.
Oh, you're actually doing that.
Right, so
So, what model deck you want? Never mind. Go on.
The Radio Shack special. All my decks are the Radio Shack special.
Oh, she has 3 on there.
yeah, it's a public host on the public grid. It's just
I go in, I stroll in.
you don't have
I'll
a
let it
mark
get a
on it
mark
though.
on.
I mean, sorry, it's not a public host. It's just not a hidden host. Yeah. there we go.
Oh, okay, sorry. Then I will. I'll grab a mark on it.
All right. You're going to sleaze a mark onto it then.
Well, yes.
All right. Please roll to sleaze a mark onto it.
Girl.
Yeah, you get a mark on that.
I step inside.
The first thing you notice when you step inside is that the sim sense is very well rendered in here.
Oh God!
Okay.
Tell me this is not an ultraviolet host.
No,
Tell me.
No, despite the connection being, laggy and glitchy and droppy, it feels as if there is significant hosting power behind the sim sense you are feeling.
So he's got a high quality host, on a public grid.
Now,
I suppose that's one way to disguise the fact that you have a good that you're like your host is above normal.
yeah. So the next thing you realize is that somebody has a very old school movie taste. How old does Lola's movie taste go to?
Really, really old, black and white.
Yeah, so you think about a pre-millennial movie. You can't recall the name of it, but it's slightly ironic given that the characters there too faced the Matrix. Now, in there was a dojo, and well, this person seems to have sim-sensed their host to look quite a lot like it.
I see. Would the title of this movie be The Matrix?
A little bit, yeah.
Because Lola actually hasn't seen that specific movie because she likes real old black and white movies. She hasn't actually seen this one. However, her agent has, because her agent is Agent Smith from The Matrix. And so he's going fucking nuts in her ear when he sees this. He's calling her fucking the chosen one. He's saying, "Mrs. Johnson, you cannot learn from Morpheus. His teachings will lead you to ruin."
Yes.
He's like, and she actually has to turn off his feed because he is distracting her too
Yes,
much.
there is just a very simple old-style dojo with a man in white and a man in black sparring. As they notice you, they turn and look at you and bow and say, "Hello."
Lola doesn't bow, and she also lights up a cigarette, and she says,
You look again and the cigarette has disappeared.
"The spirit."
No, the cigarette has disappeared.
Oh, the cigarette has disappeared. She like manifests another one and lights it, and then disappears again, right?
No, this time it stays.
She
And
breathes out smoke
the
into
man in
the
black
clean
says,
dojo air.
"Ah, so you have learned the first secrets of this reality."
I wouldn't go that far, buddy. This reality is like an onion. Just layers upon layers upon layers.
What brings you here?
I seek the secrets of Master Kai.
Very well. Teaching or services?
Services.
The man in black bows and steps backwards from you. The man in white bows and steps forward and says, "Very well. What service?"
um, information.
Sorry, information is not a service offered.
What services are offered?
What service do you require?
How about acupuncture?
Acupuncture is not a service offered. You get the feeling that these two entities have either programming or a script they're sticking to that makes it very hard for anybody to implicate anything out of them, is the problem.
If you don't already know what to ask them for, they're like a fucking those automated voice services on the phone, those shit ones.
Yes, but if you don't know what to ask for, it's also hard to... Yeah.
I'm going to actually try to look around with Matrix Perception for a moment and see if I have triggered any alarms.
You do look around, but there are no alarms triggered.
Alright, then I can keep asking. Maybe there's some kind of preset limit, but hey, you live life, sometimes you make mistakes. I'm gonna look at the guy and I'm gonna think about the word services for a moment. I'm gonna say bodyguard.
Yes. Principal.